Hi, I'm so sorry. I wasn't supposed to show my feet. I was supposed to show my pants only for the oh my god. The lights are weird. Anyways, hope everyone's having an amazing, beautiful day. So in this video I explain more of who I am. My name is Jessica. My name is Jassica Love, and the reason I call my name Jassica Love, it's because my first name and my real name is Jessica, and the reason I'm doing this channel is because I'm doing it out of love and out of basically in a way for people to see that the only solution as human beings we have in order for us to survive and to become the best versions of ourselves, regardless of what life throws at us, is to do it out of love. Love and self, first of all. Believe who the fuck you are. Trust yourself. Love the shit out of yourself every single day. Do something that makes you feel happy. And self-empowerment, self-worth. Remember who you are and shit. You know, not everything that people tell you or that say about you is true, because honestly we are the only people that know us. I mean, we choose the company we have around us, and you know, that's just part of another subject which I will eventually talk about. But anyways, so a little bit of my story. Basically, I had abandonment issues, rejection issues, and all these things that I basically had because my mom left me when I was 10 months. I also lived the war in El Salvador. I noticed that when I came from El Salvador, I used to have a tia, actually an auntie, that would scream like crazy in the bathroom when the war was going on and there was all this bombs and all this stuff going on in El Salvador. And all the trauma basically kind of stayed, you know, you just accumulated. I also, now that I remember, I forgot my childhood. I mean, I remember a few of the things, but not very specifically. Like, I remember where I like to go play. I remember when I used to go on vacation. There was a river behind our place. It was in another place in El Salvador, like here, like we go to California, then we go to Alabama, or we could go to Texas. So it was like the same thing. I used to go to another place, and there was a river behind it, very nature-like. Maybe that's why many of the reasons that I come to nature. I come from a very humble place where I was telling someone this week, actually, we didn't eat chicken or beef as much as people eat here. Like, people say, oh my god, no comiste, like you don't eat chicken, like you don't eat beef. Like, no, like I remember when El Salvador, when they used to kill the chickens, I used to feel bad for them. And then killing the pigs and all of that, like right here is like a big deal if you don't eat meat. No, it's actually, I was happy. I used to eat like eggs, and I don't know, for me that was normal. Very humble upgrowing. We used to go and grind the corn. This being able to walk barefoot, I don't really like it. That's just like a personal thing, but I love it in nature. It's called grounding. It's just one of the few beliefs that I started doing now for myself in my healing process, and I love it. I love nature. I've always loved nature. So that's one of the first things. I grew up in El Salvador. I lived the war. I don't remember much of my childhood. There's some things that I know that I blocked myself out of it, but I'm meditating to get them back. So that's what's going on with that. Then I came here to California when I was 13. My dad picked me up, and then I didn't even speak English. My English honestly is by the book, because I like reading, and I really dedicated myself to really learn English because I had a teacher in 6th grade. He made fun of me because I didn't know how to speak English, and I've always said that to myself. I'm like, nobody's ever gonna make fun of me. I'm a learn and shit. Now when I see a Latino or a Hispanic person, you know, that somebody else doesn't know what to do, or like they're kind of like making faces, I hate it. I hate that injustice, because I've been in that position where people make fun of you just because you're a Spanish speaker, then you don't know how to speak English. And honestly, that's not right. You know, we're all equal. We all need to learn to have patience with people. You know, this is America. Okay, I respect that, but realistically, we're all the same. We're all human beings. You know, no disrespect, none of that, racist or none of that, but whatever. When it comes to color, I don't even believe in that. I think we're all beautiful, no matter what color you are. If you have small eyes or big eyes, we're all the same. What matters is what you have inside your heart as a human being, who you are, not the color or the language that you speak. That really doesn't make you as a person. What really makes you as a person is what you feel in your heart, and you know, what you go through, and how you are as a human being. You know, when you know better, you do better. Basically, that's the way that I see it. You know, and then each one teach one another. That's the reason that I'm making my YouTube channel, because I wanted to talk about all the shit that I've been through. Then I got into a relationship with somebody here for 12 years. In high school, I was kind of like a rocker. I fell in love with Nirvana, System of a Down, Metallica. I went to concerts. I did my teenage years. You know, I started getting into weed. My mentality when I was a teenager, I'm like, I could do anything and everything, because I was doing like crystal, I was doing coke, and I used to get it for free because I don't know, I guess I'm a girl and shit. And I love to drink alcohol. I don't just go for fucking beers. Fuck that shit. I wanted to get drunk. So I used to go for fucking shots, liquor. Why? Because I wanted to numb all the shit that I was going on in my head. I've always been an overthinker. I've always been an analyzer. I was very internal. This is one of the reasons that I'm making this YouTube channel, because I didn't speak my mind. And you know what? It's time for people to be able to remember who you are. Speak your mind. Let go of the shit that you've been through and just, you know, rise above that bullshit. Realistically. I mean, I don't mean to be mean, but, you know, realistically, we are the only ones that close our minds to evolve, to grow, to learn. We throw ourselves in the victim mentality and we're like, oh my God, I can't, because, you know, tomorrow something bad's going to happen. We need to be very mindful how we use our power of the mind and how we use our mouth, you know, because they said the tongue is very lethal. Yes, it's true. Why? Because what we say is what we are, and what we do is what we, you know, what we become. So it's like sometimes we don't realize it, but sometimes people liars, you know, people that keep on lying and lying and lying and lying, it's like it turns into a pattern. You know, you kind of lose yourself into that. Another thing that we do, we want to fit in for people. So it's like we start wearing masks, you know, and it's because maybe of the traumas, maybe because we want to fit in. I don't know. I'm talking about me though. That was me. I started wearing masks. I got together with a guy. I was with him for 12 years. It ended up in domestic violence. You know, he hit me since the beginning. I kind of I seen the red flags. It's just that, you know, with my issues, me growing up, I just wanted somebody to accept me and to love me, and I didn't see how as a person, my value as a person. So I kind of lost myself, you know. And a lot of girls do that. Realistically, guys know how to talk to females. Guys know how to sweet talk. Guys know how to say the right things. And you know, it's the same thing with females too. There's females that, you know, they know how to flirt, they know how pretty they are, and they know how to use their body, but to each his own. You know, we all come into this world to do different lessons. We all come into this world for different reasons, and we all come into this world with different contracts in life. Realistically, no judgment. The only thing that I want to say, that anything that has happened to you, like if you live through anything, the only thing you really need to do is open up your mind, open up your heart, you know, think, you know, just say like, all the shit that I've been through, it's not gonna stop me. It's not gonna have me into that, you know, every single day is gonna be the same thing, because that's what kind of like what ends up happening when we're into our own little trauma. We turn into like little robots, and every single day we go through the same thing, and then our mind puts it like into a mental imprisonment when we turn into robots, and we go through the same thing every single day. I'm sad because of this, I'm sad because of that, and it's very painful as a human being, because I've been there. It's very freaking painful. I got to the point that I was such an overthinker. I was in this relationship for 12 years. I ended up weighing 335 pounds. I lost myself. I didn't care about myself. It gets to the point that you're just like numbing and numbing and numbing and numbing, and you look for solutions, and you just numb your feelings. You know, you just numb your trauma. You just numb your problems. And sometimes, you know, we go to people to see if they're going to help us. But I come to the point in the realization that nobody's going to help you if you don't even want to help yourself. Somebody said it to me like that. And that's when I said, oh shit, can't be more real than that. No, I mean, why did I want to help somebody else when I couldn't even help myself? And realistically, we go to other people to ask for advice, but do people really know your problems? Do people really know what the fuck going on in your head? Do people really need to know that, honestly? That's a big no in my head now, though, because, you know, I was very codependent. I even have codependency issues, and all of that is gone. Why? Because I said, okay, anything that has happened to me and any single trauma that I have lived through, I'm like, what did I really learn from it? I'm like, let me remove myself from the victim mentality and let me see what is it that I really learned from it. You know, until like really, I was sick. In my overthinking, I ended up with a vasculitis problem where my blood erupted from my veins. I have scars in my legs because I was in the hospital, coming in and out of the hospital. Maybe for the 3 months I was in disability, I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even walk like maybe like 3, 4, 5 steps. I was already like out of breath. I was 335 pounds, you know. So it's like you just get to the point in your mind that you're like, oh my God, I'm in the hospital and I have nothing to do. I'm in this bed. And you just start thinking and you just start thinking and you just start thinking. And as I was an overthinker. So I was put in disability. I ended up homeless. I ended up like on the street. I left my ex finally in 2017. I didn't have no job. So what can I say? I mean, just ask me, what have I been through? Honestly, it had made me a fucking warrior. I don't give a fuck whatever the world might throw at me. I mean, I do, but now it's gonna be beautiful things. I know I'm not gonna be learning through suffering anymore. I mean, I've been at the worst. You know, there was a point when I used to tell people my problems. People would be like, oh my God, it's raining on water on you. And I was like, what does that mean? I didn't even understand what they were trying to say. Basically, they were telling me that everything, all my problems were, you know, piling it up. And I think it was time, you know, that being at the point of desperation, that I didn't know what was going on in my mind. I didn't know what was going on in my life. It clicked something in my head and it said like, okay, so God is maybe testing you, because nobody else tests us other than God. God wants to see how strong you are as a person. God wants to see, you know, what courage you have in your heart, and if you know how to stand on your own without having to depend on anyone else. That's what I'm talking about. When we go to other people for advice, or when we go and run for somebody else, I had so many people that really throughout my life had really supported me. Like, I had a person that used to tell me, if you're gonna leave your ex because he's hitting you and he's abusing you, verbally abusing you, you know, and you say this shit, it happens every single day, you better do it right now that your kids are small, because as they get older it gets harder, you know. And I'm talking about when my kids would, my 5th grader told me that, Mom, you know what, my teacher told me that, you know, and we were talking about it in 5th grade, you know, this was like maybe what, 3-4 years ago. 4 years ago, I think, 7, I don't know, 4 or 5, I don't know, but it's been 3 years that I left them. My daughter said, she said, oh, when her mom left, basically the abusive dad that was in domestic violence, you know, she became a teacher and she was able to do what she wanted. It feels so good when she said that, you know, because my daughter was able to talk to me, so she's the one that kind of opened up my eyes. Another thing that I started noticing about the domestic violence is his family and his mom and his dad, how they treated each other. And I'm a petty, no, wait, hold on. Let me put this word correctly. I'm not petty. I'm a romantic at heart. I used to watch them Korean dramas. I used to believe in love. I was raised basically as a Hispanic, that this is the guy I lost it to. This is the guy I was going to stay married to until the day that I die. He was the first person I lost it to. I was 18 when I got with him. Had my first kid at 21. So natural Hispanic, like born and raised in El Salvador and shit, and I wanted to make it work. I thought that was a normal family, you know, in my mind. Honestly, realistically, I thought that was normal. And no, it turned into a lesson. But you know what? I don't care. It made me strong. It gave me courage. It gave me, you know, better self-esteem. It gave me my control back. It gave me, you know, it gave me a lot of shit that I could say that before I used to be like, oh, I'm the victim. Fuck that shit. That's not me anymore. Why? Because I decided to heal. Why? Because I decided to take my power back. Why? Because, you know, after I got sick, I started working out. I started, you know, looking into therapy. I also started meditating. I also started doing grounding. This is what I'm doing here. I was meditating before I actually did that. And then, you know, if I feel, you know, like it too, I'm going to take a run. You know, I might do my little run for 1 hour, but it's kind of late. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. You know, as a human being, you have choices. You either have the choice to continue being the victim and continue asking everybody else for help. And what I started doing myself, I said, let me fix my life. I actually put into the fact that I put into intention that I wanted to heal. You know, I didn't just say it. I am motivated every single day. A lot of things are changing in my life, and it's only positive things that have happened. My mind started switching from being negative to positive. I do daily meditations every day. I wake up to meditate. I wake up, you know, I have a routine. And I write 5 things that I'm grateful for every single day, 3 or 5, you know. And I also put in my good thoughts now, you know, and a lot of good vibes. And that's why I'm doing this channel, because I always used to say, I want to help people. I want to help people. Well, honestly, I don't care about this message is gonna go to the right person, to the person that actually tired of, you know, being a robot, to the person that is actually tired of being led by their emotions, to the person that is actually tired of, you know, saying my dramas make me. No, your dramas made you fucking stronger. And it is time for everybody to see that and shit. It is time for people to see how beautiful crystal souls you have inside of you. And you know what, like to say, the little diamond and shit is just being shaped into the diamond that you need to be. You know, you just say, take your power back. I don't care what has happened to me. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. That song, Let It Go, like it's on the reels. Let it go. Like it's not gonna make you happy. You know, learn to understand your problems. Learn to accept them. Acknowledge them. See what they have taught you. And change the perception. You know, as a human beings, we can do that. But then also, let's get out of the doubt. Let's get out of the fear, because this is all illusion right now. We need to be present every single day, of course, because we have to do our things, you know. But life starts changing, honestly. If anybody wants to know how I did it, hit me up. I'm down, honestly. I want to help anybody that is willing to help themselves, to heal themselves, and the message is going to go to the right person. Why? Because each one teach one. When you know better, you do better. And that's what life is about. Simple as that. So the only thing that I want to say is I show my scars and I show who I am. Why? Because I'm not ashamed of them. My scars made me me. And you know what? Didn't break me. It made me stronger. How strong are you? That's all I'm going to say. Are you tired of drama? Are you tired of problems? Much love, light, peace.